This is the real hustle.
Welcome back to This is the Real Hustle. Y'all, today is a vibe check. Thank y'all for tuning in. I do not feel good. Not yesterday. I think it was Sunday. I had like 2 seizures, so my body is trying to, I guess, I ain't gonna say I guess, my body is trying to get back right, like after the seizures I had, but I wanted to make sure I hopped on here for a second and did this little vibe check with y'all. How y'all feeling? Like, what's going on? Drop a comment. Let me know what y'all feeling this week, what y'all been going through. You always got to check in with yourself and make sure that you're okay. Sometimes we forget about ourselves in the midst of trying to take care of everybody else or in the midst of just life itself. I know that it can get hard. I know that, like, for me, having these seizures, like, it can change everything in a second. Like I didn't even expect or know that they was coming. They changed. Normally I get like an aura before. Now it's like I don't feel good, boom, and it just happens. So it's random, and these mugs is tearing me up. So for those of you that are watching that has epilepsy, my heart, sorry, my heart goes out to you. I know what it feels like. Like I feel drained. I feel exhausted. However, I'm here. I showed up. That's what it's about. We keep going. However, we also have to get rest. For those that have seizures, for those who have any kind of illness, or just for those who don't have any illnesses, but just life. It can get tough. So make sure you take the time out to rest and just make sure that you're okay. I know we was talking about a lot of stuff last week on the I don't know what to call it, but when we just had our little conversation last week, it was a lot. We talked about a lot. Talked about how, in the journey, we at a standstill. I'm in a space where I'm at a standstill. And I thank God. So the job I was telling you about that I do not like, which I still don't like, let's be clear. Um, I feel like I know why God put me here now, even though I still work PRN. The other one, like I work more than PRN, but I feel like God put me here because He knew what was gonna start happening. Like I'm on 4 different. Sorry, I didn't mean color lines, but I'm on 4 different medications. One of them is a new medication, and it works good. However, um, I still am having seizures, not as often and not the real bad ones, but these other ones that I'm having are still like hard on my body. Seem like these take a little bit longer for my brain and my body to reconnect, if that makes sense. Um, it's tough. So again, my head goes out to y'all. So I feel like again, God put me at this job so that way He knew I would be in a space where I could rest, or if I get sick, I could be at home. My alarm went off. Sorry about that, y'all. But anyway, like I was saying, um, I think he made it to where I had this job because it happened. It was so crazy. Um, so that way I'd be at home if I was to get sick and I don't have to be trying to have nobody come get me, even though, somebody still would come if I get sick here. It's just easier for me to be home and to have everything I need versus being in a place, at work or whatever, and everybody around trying to help and I don't know what they're doing or whatever. They always help. However, it just feels better being home, dealing with the, having seizures and stuff. So y'all trust God because He always know like what you need, even if we don't know what we need in the moment. He always makes sure that eventually we understand or we get some of what He was saying. Some of the reason, like, okay, God did this for a reason. He's telling me pieces of it, but He don't tell us the whole thing. But for me, like I said, I'm just glad I'm at home. I need to rest, so my breaks, I make sure that I lay down or whatever. But I'm still tired. I am so drained. I have no idea. I know this is a lot, but I gotta be all the way honest. having those seizures. I don't know who here has them, if anybody, but it's like, I can't really describe the feeling during, but I can describe the feeling after. It feels like somebody, depending on the type of seizure, it feels like somebody literally sucked the life out of me. And I am drained. It felt like my head was gonna explode. Like I felt like stuff was like electricity was going through my body. Sorry about that. It was a lot. And now I just feel like I don't have no energy. Because I really don't. I feel better than I did yesterday, but I know that I need another day. Like I need to rest today. Anyway, going back. So I guess this vibe check is just, again, like always, checking in with yourself, making sure that you're okay, making sure that you get the adequate amount of rest that your body needs. Listen to your body. Our bodies will tell us everything we need to know. Like literally, your body, if you listen to your body, get in tune with your body will tell you everything you need to know about what you need to do. That's not even just resting. That's being around people. That's um job, like just all kind of stuff. Your body will give you a sign that this is not for me, or you need to rest, or do this. Like just really, guys, I really encourage you to get in tune with your body. The more you get in tune with your body, the more you will start to realize certain stuff. Like you won't, like for me, I once my body start feeling a certain way, oh, okay, I know the other job, y'all can't make it. Or even if it comes to the first job, hey, I can't do it today. Or okay, today I need to rest, so I'm gonna go to sleep. Or even if I don't go to sleep, I'm gonna lay down and allow my body to relax and replenish. I'm gonna drink water as much as I can, because sometimes, like after the seizure yesterday, I could not do anything. Like I drank a little bit of water, but that was it. I really couldn't do much. So y'all, please take care of yourself, take care of your body, take care of your mind. Our brains are the most important organ in our body. If your brain stops working, or if whatever, you can't get another brain. It's not possible. So we need to protect our brain controls everything. So make sure that you protect your brain. Make sure that you protect your body. Like seriously, y'all. Like it controls everything. Back in 2020, I had sorry, I had to fix my. I apologize. This one, y'all. But back in 2020, I had a seizure and I fell down the stairs. I fell down 2 flights because our house was like one flight, this, and then another flight. So I ended up waking up at the bottom of the stairs. Long story short, thought I had a concussion, ended up having a traumatic brain injury. You don't know what it is, look it up. However, it took forever to feel better. Like I lost my vision for a couple weeks. I couldn't like remember really how to talk. Like I was trying to, but the words wouldn't come out. Like I couldn't remember stuff. Like I had like I gotta when I get overstimulated, like I stutter a lot. Um I forget a lot of things still, but back then I was messed up. My neck was fractured in 2 different places. My spine was kind of pushed into my pelvic area to where it was hard for me to walk. I couldn't for real. So I was in physical therapy for that. I was on a walker for like 8 months. I had to go to physical therapy so they could help me like get my strength back. However, I also had to go to a place where they had to give me these injections in my back and then put something in there to kind of lift or put something in between my spine and my bones to whatever. I don't know what it's called, but it lifted my stuff off of my pelvic area so that way I can stand up and actually start to walk better. Even though I was still on a walker, but it was just giving me strength. So I went to physical therapy. Then my vestibular system is messed up. Basically, your vestibular system is something that controls your equilibrium. I think I just said that right. Your equilibrium, and like you may feel dizzy. It's like your inner ear thing. Like it'll make you feel dizzy. It'll make you feel off balance. Like it makes you feel fatigued. It does all of those things. So When I had that brain injury, I'm talking about, y'all, I was in the dark for like 4 or 5 months because the light hurt. I went through a lot. So also, the people who have ever had a brain injury, man, I have so much empathy and sympathy for people who go through things or have been through things like me, because I know how hard it is to recover from those things. And I also know how hard it is to fight when you in those situations, because it's like I don't have nothing in me to fight. So it's like, how can I? Even when I had these seizures, it's like I can't do nothing but lay there and let it happen. Like, literally. And then once it is over, I just be thanking God for real. I be crying because I'm like, I made it out of that. Because you can die. I could be brain dead, or I know people who have literally died from having seizures. So it's scary going into it. And when I come out, I'm just grateful. I'm glad that I can feel the tiredness, if that makes sense, even though it's exhausting. I just thank God that I can feel that I understand that I had one, this is what happens to my body afterwards, because I'm here. I just thank God that I'm here, because it's people who are not here. So also, people who are watching, if you've been through anything major or like traumatic, not even traumatic, but just major life changes, or things that, like I said, I had epilepsy, had brain injury, which that I'll be dealing with the side effects from that brain injury for the rest of my life. The forgetting things when I'm talking, the stuttering. Sometimes my vision even goes out from time to time. My vestibular system is trash. It's shot. So even after I have a seizure, it affects those. Sorry, y'all. It affects my brain injury. Like, I'll start to have symptoms like I had before from the brain injury. So it's the seizures, and then I got to deal with that. So I'm just, it's tough. But going back to the people who have had serious situations or dealing with major illnesses, or not even major, just illnesses, period. And my heart goes out to you. Take care of yourself. I'm telling you, because anything could happen. Like, you really just have to know your body. And it saddens me for real, because it's like, some of us, it's nothing that we can do. I know people who are fighting lupus. I know people who have diabetes. I know people who, like, I have a cousin, he lost his vision from being a diabetic, A1C super high. My fiance that passed away, he had diabetes, and his A1C was like 14.7, y'all. It was a lot. I won't go into that too much. That's for another situation, another video or whatever. But it was hard to see him go through that, and also hard for him to watch me go through that. But I know every time I came out of it, he was on his knees praying. So I do thank God for bringing him into my life, and praying for me, because a lot of people don't. A lot of people see people going through stuff and don't pray. And if they do pray, it's not a pray like that. Some people be praying on you to be sick. Somebody be praying. Sometimes people be praying for you to be messed up, because they feel like it'll make them feel better. So even for those people, like, listen, y'all, don't pay them no mind, because at the end of the day, those same type of people could never walk a mile in your shoes. Those same type of people couldn't get through what you get through on a daily basis with the illnesses you have. Some people couldn't even imagine even the feeling that you get when you don't feel good. Like, it's just crazy, y'all. Don't be ashamed to say what you go through. I feel like the people that you'll be around on a regular basis need to know what's going on with you. They need to know everything that they need to do, or tell the police or whatever. You know what I mean? If they have to call the ambulance. Like, I have a friend who was on the phone with me, and she don't live here. She lives in Florida. And she was on the phone, and she was panicking, and I really couldn't tell her much. But she ended up texting my daughter. My daughter got here, and I don't know, she helped her, whatever. Yeah, she always helps. My daughter's amazing, y'all. But my friend, I had already told her I had epilepsy, but I did not give her all the information she needed to call someone in the event that I had one, like while we was on the phone, or if I didn't feel good. So yesterday, I told her everything she needs to know. So y'all make sure that your friends, your family, everybody knows what they need to do, what medications you take, all of those things. And I know everybody that's watching or may not have illnesses or may not be sick, but you also need to be informed about different things with your friends and your family, or even if you don't have nobody that has any of those things. Where I work at, we had someone have a seizure and some of the people didn't know what to do. So it's just educate yourself on things, because you could be out somewhere and somebody gets sick, and what would you do? Record them? Because you know a lot of people do that. We got to stop that recording people, y'all. Like, people be recording dead bodies and people going through situations. Do you understand how that makes that person feel if they make it out of the situation, or how their families feel when we out here? Not even we, because I don't do that. But when people are out here recording deaths, recording people having even seizures or whatever, thinking that people are out here on drugs and thinking it's funny when this person could really be messed up. Even with mental illness, it's like, y'all, we got to do better. We got to stop that. Like, help a person. Don't record them and scream, somebody call 911. No, you call 911. You got the phone in your hand. Yes, I'm holding you accountable, because sometimes in some situations, if you had not been recording and calling 911 and helping that person, they would possibly still be here. I know everybody has a date. I know God is the ultimate uh, author of life and death. I get it. Most definitely. However, sometimes, no, a lot of the times we're in certain places with certain people for a reason. Stop recording, y'all. That stuff is not okay. I hate seeing it. It's horrible. Even recording the fights and stuff, I get it now. Somebody starts shooting, somebody gets shot, then what? Somebody starts stabbing somebody, and then what? You post it? Or somebody get beat up and they hit their head real hard, then they die, then what? You post it? Like, come on, man, we just gotta do better. And that's all over the world. Like, come on, man, this is horrible. Like, literally, I couldn't even imagine somebody recording me having a seizure. I would be crushed. For the simple fact that I don't know what it looks like when I'm in it, but I know what I feel like when it's after. Can you imagine what my children would feel like? What I would feel like seeing that? And it's funny to the world. It's not okay, y'all. We got to stop. Now, going back, just make sure that you're informed, like, educate yourself on situations. You know what I mean? Or even if you haven't educated yourself, if you see somebody going through something, look it up and then be like, okay, now I know what this looks like, or what I need to do. Anyway, yeah, so going back, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. What I said I was gonna do was show up, no matter what that looked like. And I'm here. I'm here giving y'all some of the energy that I do have, and not because I feel like I'm obligated to give this to y'all. However, I'm a woman of my word, and I said that I was. Sorry, that's my alarm. It's like, yo, you need to go to work. Sorry, the alarm went off again. Anyway, like I said, I was gonna show up, and like I said, not that I'm obligated. However, I'm a woman of my word, and I'm gonna keep my word, because I know that it's people counting on me. It's people depending on me. Even if you can't relate to what I'm saying, at least some people educate themselves and they are aware. So really, that's all I got for y'all today. I'm tired, y'all. Not even tired because I'm not sleepy. My body is just restless. It feels restless. I feel fatigued real bad. So anyway, I guess if I could leave y'all with anything today on this vibe check, is to really take care of yourself. Get in tune with your body. Let your friends know or your family know what's going on, and give them the information that they need, so that way if something goes on, they can help you. I would say trust God. And for those who don't believe in God, I would say trust whoever you believe in, or even yourself, to know that no matter what you go through, no matter what the situation, circumstances are, God is amazing. And or who you believe in is amazing, and you will get through it. Like, y'all, I've been through a lot of stuff in my life, a lot. These seizures, I've been having them for years. 2007, I got diagnosed, but I had them before then and didn't know. And it's tough. However, I'm still here. I had that brain injury. I know people who have had brain injuries and have never been able to be even half of themselves. Y'all, I am me. Yes, I still have side effects. However, I am okay. I'm okay. You could never look at me and be like, oh yeah, she had a brain injury. Sometimes when we talk, some people be like, oh, okay, something is off because I may forget or whatever. However, I don't be caring because I'm here. Yeah, I'm still here. Those of you who deal with certain situations or things that could have took you out or taken you out, y'all, we still here. Situations could have, well, no, not could have. Situations ripped some of my heart out. But guess what? God mended it and I'm still here. So whatever you're going through, no matter if it's illness, no matter if it's depression, no matter if it's mental illness, no matter if it's any kind of health issue, no matter if it's family situations, no matter what it is, understand that if you want to get through it, you can and you will. And you will be better. And oh, it's another thing, like it really doesn't go, but I want to tell y'all anyway. First of all, trust yourself. Trust yourself in all situations. And trusting yourself is trusting the divine in you. Y'all, we all believe in something. Trust what you believe in to be in you so you can trust yourself and get through situations. But that ain't even what I was going to tell y'all, but that's amazing that it did come out that way. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. I completely forgot, but it was good. It was real good. It was real good. But I guess trusting yourself is also even better. You know what I mean? Trusting the divine in you or whatever you believe in. The divine for me is God. And I know He's in me and I know He takes care of me. And whoever you believe in, and those of you that believe in God, we good. We'll be taken care of. Just follow His lead, even no matter how hard it is. Even if you don't want to, just do it. And faith without works is dead, y'all. So you got to do your part too in making your life better, or your situation or your circumstances better. Oh, this is what I was going to tell y'all. Came back. It's not, it doesn't really go. However, if you had a situation that changed your life, meaning health wise, somebody passing away, having children, surgery, major surgeries that you had to have. Like for me, I had a hysterectomy. We'll talk about that another time. And long story short, we always try to get back to us. We always try to get back to the person that we were before we had all these situations happen. Well, I'm here to tell you that stop looking for that person. You will never be that person you was before you had whatever situation happened or before somebody passed away. You have to learn who you are all over again. Yes, some things will be the same, but you have to learn who you are without that person, without that thing, without whatever had loss you had, or because loss is not just people. It's, listen, I lost some of my, I'm a woman for sure. However, I had to get the thing that really makes me, not even just makes me a woman, but makes me bear children, that makes me have, like, be fruitful and multiply. I don't have it anymore. At the time, it was medically necessary. Like I said, we'll talk about it another time. However, I'm just saying, my body took a long time to even be like, okay, we good. Like I'm just now starting to actually feel better that way. So I'm learning a new version of myself without all of that. I'm learning a new version of myself. My son went to prison. Ugh, the first time I actually kind of said it. And nah, I feel like I gotta throw up. I'm not gonna lie, it hurt. Ugh. Anyway, I had to learn a new version of myself with my baby being in there. It's my best friend. Like, seriously. So, y'all, I am not a crybaby, first of all. But that's my heart, y'all. And that was the hardest thing I ever had to do. Was my son. I've lost a lot of people in my life. My son is alive, praise God. However, he ain't here. His presence is not here with me. I see him, but it still feel like I'm in a dream, like I'm living in a nightmare. And at the same time, trying to figure out who I am right now while my son is there. And it's better. However, even with that, trying to learn these, I'm having different type of seizures now that I never had. So learning what these are, and I'm sorry, learning these new seizures and what they entail and how they make me feel after. Like, I'm having to research these things. I've been having seizures for years. I got to research these new seizures. It's tough. So now here we are again, having to figure out how to maneuver with these new set of seizures and all of the things. So again, like I said, we just always discovering new versions of ourselves. We really like onions, y'all. We really like onions that have different layers that we have to really like peel. And not us peeling them, but it's like shedding, like we opening up like a flower almost. So we got the outside, then we got other layers on the inside. So as we continue to grow and discover different parts of ourselves, it starts to open. And I said a onion because you peel back the layers, and we cry sometimes because the onion smell to make you cry. However, I can also use a butterfly. I can also use a rose because it's a transition basically, and we just open it up. And I'm forget the onion. I'm gonna say a rose. We're both. We blossom and we just open a new, like, it's like opening up new characters as we playing a game, going to different levels. And it's tough, but it's amazing when you really think about the growth and think about where you came from and the inside. Oh, just thinking about getting to the place that God or who you believe in wants you to be. It's amazing. No, I'm not who I was. No, I'm not where I'm supposed to be yet, but I'm right where God wants me to be. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with having to learn new parts of myself because I'd be amazed at who this person is that I'm dealing with now. Because it's new, it's foreign. But she dope though. At the same time, like, she tough. Like, I didn't even think she was that strong. I've been trying to protect her with all these layers, so many, all this time. And as these layers peel, I'm starting to see this woman who is me. That is amazing. The person that I was, she was cool. She was dope. I can't take nothing from her. But she literally, like, all the parts of her is embedded into this new version of me on top of all of the new things that are coming as I open up. It's so, like, y'all, it's so hard to explain. But if you understand what I'm saying, like, growth, think about a flower, a rose, and how it's like this at first, and then it starts to open and open and open, and then it blossoms into this beautiful rose, and eventually it dies. And that's why I use roses, is considered life and death. But eventually it dies, but it lasts, and if you just take care of it, if you plant the seed, water it, that thing will grow and grow and grow and grow and grow, and it'll start to open into something beautiful. And that's how we are planted, we grow, and then we blossom. And so I want to leave y'all with that. Know that we are growing daily, and no matter what we're going through, keep pressing. We okay. But y'all check in, leave a comment, let me know how y'all feeling. Like, what's y'all vibe? Check in with yourself. But thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I love y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.
This is The Real Hustle.